how I share. Hell, all I do my red. Flow change like oh yeah. To my fans, more bread. Traffic and African rituals. I know it's far from typical. I know they calling it mythical. I just be calling it mystical. Whoa, black magic with white fabric, they petrified. I see through the ancestors' eyes. You can't see cause you Westernized. My chain hang for Ogun. That flame's lit, I'm in tune. That high is in the air, boy. That smoke fills that room. I'm consumed. I laugh for y'all. Grant my people with good health. Don't talk about it, but I live it, boy. You grant my folks with plenty wealth. I walk the path of that shoe. Then they reciting no jewel. Two mouths up and two mouths down. Got balance made in my view. Oh yeah, bring your winds to change. Power down, I share. Aaron Miller, give me purpose. Power down, I share. Throw my OBs through my head. Power down, I share. Read my Odu, eat by daily. Power down, I share. Egun got me, Ori got me, Olarun got me, Saoru got me, Ebo got me, Ajuban got me, Baba Wa got me, Iyawa got me. I go Obi, I go Obi, I go Obi yo. I go Obi, I go Obi, I go Obi yo. I go Obi, I go Obi, I go Obi yo. Ele Mokio, Ele Mokio, Ele Mokio, Akiye. I am the sun in the moon. Still I feel like a Oshun. Ori prayer in the morning. Hands up all around. 4 pots for a goon. See my grits in the room. Throw the shells to the plate. Menchi and Della goon. 5 chains on my neck. The Ile gaze they reflect. Y'all speak, oh yeah, cool. Translation as death. Sprinkle a little IJ. All that room for an E Ray. Akina Moran, I'm blowing my hand. I'm pitching the sand. Whoa! Read the Obi, stand with my Ile Igoki. Warrior type, I'm like a trophy. Shango power, come approach me. That's thunder. The spirits I conjure. Wake 'em up from that slumber. Right? You just call my number. Oh yeah, bring your winds to change. Power down, I share. Aaron Miller, give me purpose. Power down, I share. Throw my OBs, cool my head. Power down, I share. Read my Odu, eat by daily. Power down, I share. Egun got me, Ori got me, Olarun got me, Saoru got me, Ebo got me, Ajuban got me, Baba Wa got me, Iyawa got me. I go Obi, I go Obi, I go Obi yo. I go Obi, I go Obi, I go Obi yo. I go
Hi, welcome to Ocean Yumi's channel. Today I'm going to put up about the Golagi Chi. Hi, my bad. left it continuous. I know I forgot I got to cut it in it. Anyways, yes, like I said, I feel in my gut. It's like when Satan wants you to continue something, so what it does, it stops you from getting to that objective because it wants you to talk about it a little more, innit? So, as promised, I said I was going to put up Philly because I tried to upload and the thing would not upload. It just was like, no, I'm not uploading me. You're going to have to talk about me. I'm sorry. So, as you can see, I started the Queen of Fua demonstration, but now it doesn't, like, I'm not supposed to do that right now for some reason. But, anyways, I'm going to do Philly's one because she also today did another build on initiation today. Okay, and what happened to Chief Amanchi, who's the actor of Black Panther? And it's so strange because I have an upload of him doing his work on somewhere lower down on the video counts, and It's strange. It's just been one of those days. I swear, there's something in the air. It's like certain messages needs to be delivered, and by any means necessary. Um, I was just not happy with that first beginning of what I started earlier. I feel that is something else I'm supposed to do because I'm not putting my heart into it. When I don't put my heart into it, it means that it's not meant to be. Okay, so I did have a mic and stuff like that, but I feel it's not necessary for this because Philly, she does a lot of explanation. Um, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull up a picture so that she can talk over this picture. Oh yeah, and I got the cough. Oh, I hope it doesn't. Right, let's see if we could find a fitting picture for this moment right now. Bro. Ah, no. See what I mean? Contrariness. So I'm trying to find a picture to illustrate illustration purposes. But let's see. Let's see. We must find a picture. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull up a picture for illustrated purposes. I don't know how that looks, but even if you got the other one next door to it, it's fine. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play Philly right now, and she's going to give an explanation of the misconception of orisha practice. Okay, and I'm also gonna throw in the chat um, the link. Okay, so who's ever around, you can jump in. Basically, I think Sunkist was talking about this a lot too. So I feel I need to turn off the YouTube because it's making me think there's people there.
Peace, Brown Eye. Peace, Melanated Eye Pieces. Hey, bro.
It's about that life too. So I know exactly where she's coming.
I picked that because today is Tuesday. This is the day of Ogun, who I honor as well. I'm not here for games today, you guys. I'm going to make this quick, okay? There's some things that I have seen across the social media and the internet and things of that nature, okay? One thing I want to address, that head wrap that we wear, that is not a mammy's wrap, okay? I can't speak for anybody else and what anyone else is doing. That is worn to protect our ori, okay, which is our head, spiritually, mentally, and physically. What we don't do is allow people to touch our heads and hair just all willy-nilly. That's not happening. Let me ask you a question to my Muslim brothers and sisters. If someone called your Habib or your Kimar a mammy's rap, would you be offended? I'm sure you would be. I'm sure you would be definitely offended by that. I don't even think that that's something someone would say to you out in the public or things of that nature. When this is worn, our head wraps and things of that nature, because it's called different things across the board, that is for our spiritual protection, um, for physical protection and spiritual and mental protection, especially if you're doing divinations and things of that nature. Peace, brown eye. Peace, melanated eye priestess. Hey, bro, what's good? My husband, all of y'all. Hey, I can't see everybody, but hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, if you can tell, I'm trying not to use no profanity, but really quick, I'm not with the shits. So please, if any trolls come here, just block them. I'm honored that I'm trollable now at this point, but not today. Okay? It is not called a fucking, excuse me, it is not called a mammy's rap. It is worn for a specific reason, especially if you're out in a crowd or you're doing divinations and things of that nature. Also, let me make it clear, 100% clear. Tarot cards have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with African traditional religion. Is it used as a tool? Yes, but so is shells and so is other things, egg yolks, all kinds of things across the board. That has nothing to do with Ifa, which is African traditional religions, okay? That is not, they have nothing to do with each other. As I've said in many other videos, anyone can be a tarot reader. That's no shade, no tea, but you just learn the cards, and some people are damn good at it. Some people are damn good at astrology. Some people, that's their calling. Like, I have a goddaughter. She can read the moon and the stars like nobody business. She can do your birth chart. She can do all of that. When she's talking to me, she might as well be talking Mandarin because I don't understand half of that shit, okay? That wasn't my calling. You got me? Give me a second. Y'all hear that in the background? It never fails.
Energy, don't you fuck with my energy. 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 Don't.
Also, let me make it clear. When it comes to African traditional religions, excuse me, when it comes to African traditional religions, you guys, hey Betty, what's good? It has nothing to do with the devil because the majority of us do not believe in one. And also, let me hip you to some of this, okay? For some of you Masons out there, I have 3 of them: my father, my brother, my uncle, and a cousin are Masons, high-ranking Masons. Did you know that it has roots in Palo Mayombe? Did you know that? You should do your research on that as well. When people are so quick to condemn African traditional religions. Seriously. Did you know that? Possibly not. But, I'll digress. 1 second.
Energy, don't you fuck with my energy. Don't you fuck with my energy. Don't you fuck.
Okay? Like my father, like my brother, like my cousins, it has deep-rooted connections in Palo Mayombe. It does. So mote it be. You go ahead and do the homework for that because I'm not going to do that for you. Hold on a second.
Energy, don't you fuck with my energy. 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 Don't
And I want to just say and reiterate, because I didn't know I was on mute that whole time. Would you ask a Muslim person why they cover their hair? Don't you think that would be disrespectful and disingenuous? We cover our hair because it is our your head, your most important part, spiritually, mentally, and physically, especially when you're doing divination. Again, I did say this in the beginning, but I don't know who heard me because I might have been on mute because I'm not even looking at the comments. I should be. Hold on, let me pull the comments up. It has nothing tarot in Ephi and regular Ochim, regular Santeria, 21 Division, Voodoo, Vodou, and even yes, Hoodoo. It has nothing to do with tarot cards. Nothing. We do divination, yes. Some do use tarot cards, yes. It helps to paint a better picture, but some also use shells. Some also use egg shells. Some also use egg whites. I mean, there's a number of different ways you can do divination. And I will highly suggest to those who do it to cover your head, protect yourself. Protect yourself when you're doing things of that nature, okay? Who is what? Hold on, Bambi. Oh, it stopped at the news broadcast. Okay. I'm just scrolling back up because I didn't even realize that I didn't have the comments on or anything like that. But it just got me upset a little bit. Annoyed. Annoyed is a better word for it. When I was seeing just so many ignorant things uh being said across the airways, and I just wanted to clear some of that up. I mean, another one. Okay, here's another one. The voodoo dolls. Okay, voodoo dolls are universally associated with voodoo, but the most known concept of voodoo doll, a doll is made in the likeness of an intended victim, and then you stick little pins and pictures and all that other stuff like that. That's Hollywood stuff, okay? That is all the Hollywood stuff. That's not traditionally what that's used for. The real origin of a voodoo doll, the puppet, or whatever the case may be, is usually used on your altars and things of that nature for yourself, or it represents your orishas or your lawals, depending on which variation of African traditional religions that you honor. Am I making sense? Yes, and also you can use. I think I said that the chicken bones. Um, there's a lot of different ways you can do divination. It's not just with tarot cards. And like I said earlier, again, I'm just repeating myself because I don't know if I was on mute or not. Um, just because you're a tarot reader does not mean that you are initiated or inducted or even um, involved in African traditional religion. Anyone can become a tarot reader if you study the cards. Some people hit by it. Some people have a gift of that. Okay, that's a talent to be able to read those cards. You know what I'm saying, and help others in their situations. That is a gift. I'm not trying to negate that, but that does not mean that that person has any affiliation with African traditional religions. Like I said, one of my own godchildren is really good at tarot. She's really good. Well, Hudson, they're loving the Hollywood version of voodoo dolls. Okay, um, but what I'm like I said, one of my godchilds, that's her shit. Astrology is her thing. She can look up to the stars and the moons and the signs, and she can read all of that. She does your birth chart, and when she's doing all of these things, I mean, she has to talk to me, like I said, as if to me, it's like she's speaking Mandarin. you have to talk to me like a toddler. Break it down for me, okay? Because I don't understand all the moon stars. What I knew was from experience. I know that if I did XYZ, this ritual or this manifestation during this particular phase of the moon, it works stronger or it works, faster or things of that nature. But I don't know the science behind it. Whereas my godchild, is she in here? I don't know. Probably. No, I don't see her in here. But she knows the science behind, the stars, the moons, and the suns, and this. I don't get into all of that. I respect it, but that doesn't mean that one goes with the other. Am I making myself clear? So when I hear people say things like, "Oh, it's that voodoo stuff again. It's the devil." No, it is not. If you can get your ass, I'm trying not to curse. If you can get your butt up on here and say some stuff and then finish it with "so mote it be," you need to understand the origin of where the whole Mason thing came from. I'm not going to do your homework for you. You can do it for yourself when it comes to that. But you'll be very, very, very surprised. Very surprised. 1 second, y'all. I need a commercial break. Just give me a second. Just a real quick commercial break. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm telling you. Let me ask a question while I'm trying to find this damn song. Um, do any of you Christians, because and here's another thing. I try my best.
I'm gonna do my own commercial break. Hold on a minute. Let's get back to it. Oh gosh, to go and find the space now.
airways, and I just wanted to clear, some of that up. I mean, another one. Okay, here's another one. The voodoo dolls. Okay, voodoo dolls are universally associated with voodoo, but the most known concept of voodoo doll, a doll is made in the likeness of an intended victim, and then you stick little pins and pictures and all that other stuff like that. That's Hollywood stuff, okay? That is all the Hollywood stuff. That's not traditionally what that's used for. The real origin of a voodoo doll, the puppet, or whatever the case may be, is usually used on your altars and things of that nature for yourself, or it represents your orishas or your lawals, depending on which variation of African traditional religions that that you honor. Am I making sense? Yes, and also you can use. I think I said that the chicken bones. Um, there's a lot of different ways you can do divination. It's not just with tarot cards. And like I said earlier, again, I'm just repeating myself because I don't know if I was on mute or not. Um, just because you're a tarot reader does not mean that you are initiated or inducted or even um, involved in African traditional religion.
Philly, say it again for those in the back.
In a better picture, but some also use shells. Some also use eggshells. Some also use egg whites. I mean, there's a number of different ways you can do divination. And I will highly suggest to those who do it to cover your head, protect yourself. Protect yourself when you're doing things of that nature, okay? Who is what? Hold on, Bambi. Oh, it stopped at the news broadcast. Okay. I'm just scrolling back up because I didn't even realize that I didn't have the comments on or anything like that. But it just got me upset a little bit. Annoyed. Annoyed is a better word for it. When I was seeing just so many ignorant things uh being said across the airways, and I just wanted to clear some of that up. I mean, another one. Okay, here's another one. The voodoo dolls. Okay, voodoo dolls are universally associated with voodoo, but the most known concept of voodoo doll, a doll is made in the likeness of an intended victim, and then you still pins and pictures and all that other stuff like that. That's Hollywood stuff, okay? That is all the Hollywood stuff. That's not traditionally what that's used for. The real origin of a voodoo doll, the puppet, or whatever the case may be, is usually used on your altars and things of that nature for yourself, or it represents your orishas or your lawals, depending on which variation of African traditional religions that you honor. Am I making sense? Yes, and also you can use. I think I said that the chicken bones. Um, there's a lot of different ways you can do divination. It's not just with tarot cards. And like I said earlier, again, I'm just repeating myself because I don't know if I was on mute or not. Um, just because you're a tarot reader does not mean that you are initiated or inducted or even um, involved in African traditional religion. Anyone can become a tarot reader if you study the cards. Some people hit by it. Some people have a gift of that. Okay, that's a talent to be able to read those cards. You know what I'm saying, and help others in their situations. That is a gift. I'm not trying to negate that, but that does not mean that that person has any affiliation with African traditional religions. Like I said, one of my own godchildren is really good at tarot. She's really good. Well, Hudson, they're loving the Hollywood version of voodoo dolls. Okay, um, but what I'm like I said, one of my godchilds, that's her shit. Astrology is her thing. She can look up to the stars and the moons and the signs, and she can read all of that. She does your birth chart, and when she's doing all of these things, I mean, she has to talk to me, like I said, as if she's. To me, it's like she's speaking Mandarin. You have to talk to me like a toddler. Break it down for me, okay? Because I don't understand all the moon stars. What I know is from experience. I know that if I did XYZ, this ritual or this manifestation during this particular phase of the moon, it works stronger or it works, faster or things of that nature. But I don't know the science behind it. Whereas my godchild, is she in here? I don't know. Probably. No, I don't see her in. But she knows the science behind, the stars, the moons, and the suns, and this. I don't get into all of that. I respect it, but that doesn't mean that one goes with the other. Am I making myself clear? So when I hear people say things like, "Oh, it's that voodoo stuff again. It's the devil." No, it is not. If you can get your ass, I'm trying not to curse. If you can get your butt up on here and say some stuff and then finish it with "so mote it be," you need to understand the origin of where the whole Mason thing came from. I'm not going to do your homework for you. You can do it for yourself when it comes to that. But you'll be very, very, very surprised. Very surprised. One second, y'all. I need a commercial break. Just give me a second. Just a real quick commercial break. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm telling you. Let me ask a question while I'm trying to find this damn song. Um, do any of you Christians, because and here's another thing. I try my best.
Hi, Saida. I thought there was no one here. I'm there busy looking for additional support to this, what she's talking about. You know me, I like to have additional examples to everything. I have my books here sitting here to show for those who wants to read more about that sort of practice. But she is just breaking down the misconception. Anybody who's been brought up in the Latin, who knows about the 12 divisions, who knows about the orisha practice, um, Nigeria as well. You know the wrongs and rights and stuff. So when people is misconstruing about these things, saying Eshu is the devil, there's a T-shirt going around saying Eshu is not the devil. It's very much misguided, miseducated. I don't know what else. And as for tarot cards, if I have to cover it tonight, I will just do a little bit. And then if I feel I have to go into the next video, 'cause I already made a video about the misconception of the cards already. Because people misunderstand it so deeply. So yes, I'm going to put up the panel once Philly. I might do commentary over it, but she's got it handled. She's got it on lock. So Philly will have it on lock. Because she is fully. I think she's 12 division. I think as well. So she does a great explanation on this, and because I don't know whether people be watching the video or not, so I feel like I've got to bring it forward. So just listen intensely. Any questions after that? If I can answer, I answer. If I don't know, I don't know. Okay. Okay.
It's just so much stuff that's just been my on my mind. Hey, EXO, what's good? It's just so much stuff that's been on my mind, and I just been seeing some things, and I meditated and I prayed on it, and I'm just like, no matter how much I've done it over the last couple of days, moon, stars. What I knew was from experience. I know that if I did XYZ, this ritual or this manifestation during this particular phase of the moon, it works stronger or it works, faster or things of that nature. But I don't know the science behind it. Whereas my godchild, is she in here? I don't know. Probably. No, I don't see her in here. But she knows the science behind, doesn't give it power. You are the motherfuckers who are most easily targeted when it comes down to it. Now, again, Santeria or Oche or Oche regulate the Ocha, however you want to say it, in the majority of African traditional religions, there is always a dark side. Just like there's a dark side, which I really don't believe in dark and light. It just is. You are the ones who are most easily targeted. You are the ones who are most easily targeted. Seriously. I want you to think about that. All of this running around here disrespecting not only me but others with the jar shit, please miss me with that. That's basic bitch 101, okay? Don't insult me. Don't insult my ranking or things of that nature when it comes to that fuck shit. Overall, it is about love, light, and honoring your ancestors. I don't worship anything. Let me clear that up. I honor not only my orishas and loals and things of that nature, but I honor mostly and foremost my ancestors. So it is very highly disrespectful and very hypocritical when I see somebody jump on some panel talking about why you got that on your hand. That's because you have been brainwashed by the colonizers. I don't know about y'all, but Church of God in Christ, okay? Even when we didn't have Jesus on the cross on our necks or anything like that. We wore crosses. Well, they do wear crosses, but Jesus isn't on it. So it's okay to make a mockery of my beliefs of people who like myself practice African traditional religions up on this motherfucker and all through this motherfucker, but then it's a problem when someone else does it to you.
Hi, Miss Wise. Hi. So I'm gonna try and stop there every time someone comes in because I think I don't do it properly enough. So I'm gonna do proper greeting. I'm gonna try and do it because I normally just type into the chat, but I'll try. Okay, I'll try. I think because this is how YouTube is supposed to do it. Okay, so let her continue.
Or does it to your beliefs, or does it to something that you've been indoctrinated to, okay? Via your colonizers. Miss me with the bullshit. Please miss me with the bullshit. Let me see something right here because I got some time. I do. I remember listening to a live over the weekend in regards to working and being slaves. No, I definitely don't feel like that at all. Because as long as I get business done, I don't punch clocks, okay, at all. But I just found it highly hypocritical. Not just that, but even when I saw that young man initiate, I had to go unfollow because he paid for it. And just like you have charlatans and things of that nature across the board in religion, you have charlatans even in African traditional religion. There's no way that young man initiated in 3 months, okay? I don't know who his godfather or godmother is, or who his house is, but that camera wouldn't have been on. None of that shit is for just public consumption like that. It is a closed practice for a reason. But I just found it highly ironic that a motherfucker, I'm trying, that a motherfucker can get up on here and get highly offended and mad because someone is making a mockery of a different religion. But when it comes to ours, it's okay. It's okay because they just worship the devil anyway. We worship nothing. We don't even believe in the devil. I mean, I'll end my rant here. Okay. You want Baltimore area? Where y'all going? What cemetery? No, that's okay. I don't want to know. It's raining, so that's a blessing. I guess that kind of ends. I don't even want to say that's a rant. It's just something that was on my spirit, and I just wanted to talk about it. What I practice is something of light and love and overall healing. Okay, like any other human being, I get distracted. You know what I mean? And I might veer off to the left, but I always pull it back. Okay, and get focused and refocused. Yes, Ali, please feel free to go ahead and catch the replay. But like I said, I got some time. I have some time. If not, I'm gonna get my ass back to work. I just wanted to put that out there. I mean, that's pure fuckery. It's one thing if you want to hurt someone and continuously hurt that person because of your own selfish reasons. I mean, because quite frankly, ugh, it's getting old. Okay, but when African traditional religion is pulled into it, and we're being painted with the overall demonic brush, I got a problem with that. I have a problem with that. And when you're talking about the fuckery with the jar, I'm not saying that jars don't work. That's hoodoo. That's not voodoo, voodoo, santeria. It's none of that. Okay, and that's very temporary. Okay, and for me, don't insult me because if I ever did decide to step back into the left hand, as some may say, then certainly a jar or a candle uh, definitely wouldn't hurt me. And that's not something that I would go to try to harm someone else. But you got to remember, whatever you put out there, it comes back to you. I don't give a damn. For people who do this, who are root workers and they do it for money, all things is off the table. Morality, things of that nature, ethics. They can put that shit to the side and get their coins, but ultimately, yeah, you're going to pay. You're going to pay a price. Most of them pay with their youth. Okay, they age incredibly fast. It's disgusting. However, you guys can stick around, and I'm going to play this from one of the Babalas who I do respect. Actually, believe it or not, my Baba, he is online. But I'm not gonna play his because I want to just kind of just keep him secret because he's not on often. He don't even like social media like that. But again, I don't know. Is there any questions, concerns that you have in the comments that I can answer for you? I'll do that right now. And as always, please hit the like. Thank you. Seriously, please hit the like or dislike, whichever you prefer. Just as long as you hear and you get in this message, and whoever's supposed to hear it is supposed to.
Sorry, it's a little jumpy. I don't know why it's jumpy, it's in and out, sinking in and out. I don't know whether it's how I don't know whether it's how I downloaded it. I don't know anyway. But it seems like I can't hear all of what is like is going in and out. I don't know because of the area where I'm sitting. I don't know. But yeah, she's made valid points. I don't know whether you heard all the points. Um Pardon me. I looked further and I also found her other stuff. Hold on. My stomach is doing that talky thing again. So, with me, I got to look further. And I went to the Voodoo side. The Voodoo side now. I know this is going to be a real quick one. I know it's going to do some crazy, but okay.
We must develop, remember, the purpose of the room, to develop, to build good character. We came here to build good character. That means, do I sit down and I wait to see how I'm going to become somebody with good character? No. I'm supposed to build good character. I have to work on myself to put in myself the character traits that are necessary for a good society, for a life of victory. So I must, I'm told, the first principle I must know and must apply and must act upon is lega. Number 2 is aizan. Aizan is the principle of organization and structure. You must know how to organize. Two people cannot coexist in a common space if there is no law, no rules, no organization. There has to be. So Aizan is that principle of organizing. And all these, the principles, Legba is a male principle. Aizan is a female principle. And Aizan is Legba's wife. So that means you must, that's your first duty, is to create opportunity for others, but it cannot be done in chaos. It must be organized. It must be structured. It must be measured. There must be degrees to everything. Aizan, they tell us, created music. What is music? Sound put into precise degrees, measures, density, everything is taken into account. Specific, detailed, precisions. That's what organization is all about. So we have Legba, then we have Aizan.
Spell that. Aizan.
Aizan. Third principle for third social principle.
So basically, this lady is talking from the Haitian perspective. She's talking about the different orishas, spirits. Oh my. Oh yeah. She's talking about the different spirits and all that stuff. Sorry, my screens are all over the place right now. Right, so she's explaining each deity, what each one does. So she's talking about Aizon. I think she's going to talk about Ogun, and she's going to talk about Ocean coming from the Haitian side of things, right? Because everybody seems to think that all the deities are not the same for some reason. I don't know why. That's another misconception. When across the board, they all have to do the same attributes, right? They're just called by different names. Like Azuli, like her followers, or when they take they go in trance, they always end up wearing. They always have pink on, and she's very feminine. And I've seen it in a few voodoo videos, right? So I don't know this firsthand. I hope a Haitian one comes and explains it even better in the comment section, because it's nice to hear from the people itself. I would love to hear from some Cubans too. I know Cubans be watching me, okay? Because this is all part of the culture. Yeah, this is all part of the life as well. So, like Philly was explaining. I don't know whether everybody heard what she was explaining. She was explaining about the tarot cards, and she was saying that how um, even if one of her godchildren was able to to use the tarot cards as a divination tool. Right, so the divination tool is either shells, eggshells, cards. It all depends on where they are at, or where either the tradition that they're following. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't always say bad news. Most of the time it's about clearing yourself. Right? That's most of the messages that comes. They don't always talk about how to get your husband, how to get a wife, how to get a this, how to get that. It doesn't always fall under that. Now, I did put in the comment section about the egunguns. Now, people do a lot of ancestral worship, families, they have family altars, whatever. Okay, so the egunguns is part of that. Okay, the egunguns is the foundation of it, because you have to go talk to the foundation first before you can get to the other stuff, the other things. That's why Eshu is the messenger. He's the one who takes the messages to the other orishas. Okay, that's his responsibility as well. Even though he is a trickster, he causes chaos, but he also has another task that he does. Okay, like Baron Sunday, he has a few tasks to do. He is of the both worlds. He's of the this world and the world beyond. He's supposed to make sure that zombies don't come up from the ground. He also does healing stuff. He does extra stuff. Okay. And on top of that, right, his peoples that follow him or is part of him, they dress a certain way. Voodoo Diva and her man dress a certain way. Yeah. And you can tell what they're into by the way they're dressed. Right? You have to ask them. Right. So the ones who but follows Baron Sunday, they wear purple. I can't remember the other things. And then he has certain offerings that he requires. With most deities, they require offerings. Okay, I sound like I'm doing class. So what I'm gonna do, I wanted to bring up some other stuff, but my screams has gone crazy. I don't know. Must be the day for it. See, Eshu's playing tricks with me today. Okay, so I'm gonna let her finish what she's got to say, and then I'm gonna try and get my screens back in order. Okay, and then I'm gonna let people come on the panel, and I'm sure there's a lot of stories you lot got as well of these arts. And let me just see what's going
Principle for life of victory is Ogun. Ogun. O-G-G, like George. G or J? That's G. O-G-O-U-N. Ogun. Ogun is the principle of courage. Once you know your duty, create opportunity for others to help life flow, to advance, to bring progress in the life of other people. You must create opportunity for others. Number 2, you must organize your actions. Number 3, you must have courage. There is no life if there is no courage. Ogun is the principle of courage. And Vadum goes further and explains to us, what is courage made of? Courage is made of truth, spoken with an objective that is good for a community. Not any old kind of truth. You must speak the truth. No one. If you cannot speak the truth, you have no courage. When you are courageous, you speak the truth. This brother is bigger and taller than I am. If he asks me, sister, do you think I'm the most good-looking man on this earth with a gun in his hand? I must tell him, no, you ain't. If I pretend to be courageous, in spite of his gun. If the gun stops me, you tell me, well, have to be tactical, blah, 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 blah. I can speak the truth or I can shut up. But I have no excuse for speaking untruth if I am to be a courageous person. So courage begins with truth. And a truth spoken with what objective? To benefit a group. If I come with my gun and tell everybody here, give me your wallet, am I courageous? No, I'm a jerk who wants to steal people's money. That's not being courageous. You get confused sometimes about these things. That's not being courageous. There is no truth in what I say, and there is no objective to serve for the benefit of a large group. I'm just going to take your money and put it in my account and do something for me. It's useless action, because me will go nowhere. I can have all the millions in the world. Any little nobody can attack me and destroy me as long as it's only me. But if we go together and we have millions, it will be very difficult for anybody to come and mess with any one of us. If we have no money, we have a position. It will be very difficult for anybody to come and attack one of us. When we have labor, we create opportunity one for the other, so we can count on each other. We have trust among ourselves. That is strength. We have eyes on organization, structure. It is difficult to come among us and buy some of us. And then we act with courage. When we act with courage, people are afraid of us. Ogu, we say, is courage. Courage is made of truth. And when you act in the benefit of a large group, that means there is justice. So we could make it in two simple words. We say Ogu is courage, and courage equals truth and justice. They come together. Fourth principle, Oshun. Oshun is a male principle. Oshun is a female principle. Oshun is the wife of Ogu. Oshun, people usually translate it as love. And some of us get real stupid with the meaning of love. But let's go into Vadum and ask Vadum to explain to us, what is love? Love is harmony in a multitude of things. To create harmony in a multitude of different things. Love is to have, I can hear you. The brother he's different from me. He has different height, he has different skin tone, he has different outfit. I'm not frightened by the fact that he doesn't look like me. I can deal with the brother. We can interact. We are different, and we're going to find the channel through which we can communicate. Because through organization, with courage, we're going to be able to deal with things and have a base of functioning. That's what love is. Love is not Doobie doobie doo, I love you. That is word. That is nonsense. When somebody tells you I love you, close your eyes and say, oh brother, if you're white and you have, those people have different kind of color eyes, they should close their eyes and say, what's the color of my eye? You honest at the time, the person who says that didn't even look at your face and don't know the color of your eyes. Okay? Ask the person say, I love you. Tell them, what do you know about me? What do you love about me? Tell me exactly. What specifically? Is it my height? Is it my skin tone? Is it my hair? What is it you like? Be precise, brother. Yes. You should ask. And you're going to find out the person can't say very much. They never really looked at you. They don't even view you in the most superficial, physical way. Now let's not get into your character. If they don't know what you look like, which their eyes is right on it, how are they going to know who you are? To love is to know many things and be able to harmonize all the differences. No knowledge, no love possible. No knowledge, no love possible. Virgil tells us we must develop, we must build good character. How do I know how to build my good character if I don't know who I am? I don't know what my weaknesses are. I don't know what my strengths are. If I don't know my weaknesses, I cannot know what my strengths are. Because I don't have the courage to speak the truth about myself to myself. I cannot know myself. And if I don't know myself, I cannot love myself. And if I don't love myself, can I love you? No way, Jose. I cannot love you. There cannot be, love cannot exist without. And if you notice, as the principle comes, it's a build on. One is a prerequisite for the other. We're not talking about that love in the mouth. We're talking about love, a powerful weapon, which is built on knowing, respecting others, having the courage to speak the truth, organizing. If you can't organize your life, what are you coming to do in my life? Could come and create chaos? No, thank you. I'm very happy in my little life, well organized, just as it is. If you're going to come, that's because I see your life is well organized too. In fact, I'm going to admire your organization first. Your structure first. Not your body, your structure in your life. I'm going to be mesmerized by your courage. And that's when there's going to be love between you and I. If I see no courage, I see no truth being spoken. I don't see you being able to give even an old lady a seat in a bus. You can't open the door for a pregnant woman. Why in the world would I put entrust my sentimental life into your hands? That is a no-no in voodoo. You must go and build good character. When you have built good character, while I'm building good character, then the two of us will have a basis for doing something together. All right.
Yeah, yeah. See, even on certain practices, right, you have to build good character. That's the first thing that a Baba said to me as well. You have to build good character. Your character says a lot. Okay, your character is the first thing people recognizes as well. That is part of African spirituality. You can't just turn up and do shit and then think, yeah, okay. They have foundation. It's not about jumping on it and then you're thinking, okay, yeah, 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 I can do this. Some of the, even as a priestess, you know, some priestesses have bad characters and stuff, right? Some of them have some bad characters, right? But the orisha, whoever's guarding their head or whoever they're working with, they do a reaction. Yes, they do make them fruitful and stuff like that and all that. But that's the first thing that comes forward, a good character. All right. And I know I always talk about the Babalawo, right? He has good character. He works with numbers of people. Okay. There is many of them. Yeah. Even Oshun, the young ladies who sing, they have initiated as well. Like I said, there's a lot of misconception of this thing. There's a whole attack happening, a whole attack, whole attack. It's quite sad. Some people film their initiation. You're not supposed to film your initiation. I know I'm carrying on from what I said before. There's like, because it's like I need to drive this. I don't know why. Yeah, I was going to talk about Queen Afua's book tonight, and I ended up going back to the orisha thing, the traditional thing, right? I don't know why. Maybe they're not happy with what's going on. They want someone to talk for them. They do. Right? Like I said, Philly was on it today, teaching people certain things. Yeah, about rushing ahead. Some initiates rush ahead. They want to be bigger than who they are. They want to be larger than who they are. And you guess what? It all depends on who you're initiated under. You know that deity or God or whoever you're initiated, they will take your life. They'll take your life. The same way as they can preserve your life, they can take it. Chief Amanchi suffered a great lesson, right? He wanted to bring it to the world. He really wanted to bring the practice to the world. He wanted to do it so badly. He was jumping ahead of time. He was filming his rites of passage to which he was initiated. You even see the Mami Water priestess, you see their eyes changing in the photographs. You see them from before, then you see them when they go into the trance. Right? You're not supposed to take pictures of that. Okay. So my lovely nigromancer, she explained all that. She said that he's doing a lot more in the spirit world than he was doing in this world, because he wanted to do so much things. He wanted to do great things, you know. He wanted to go beyond to what he was initiated for. He probably was adding other practices into what he was doing, which is nothing wrong with that. But sometimes I can refer to the Reiki, which is a different kind of kettle of fish in a kind of way, but I'm sure you'll get it. You need a time. From what my understanding is of this initiation process, right? They can't be going back every single year, every single month, and doing it over and over and over and over again. They have to go when the divination said they need to go to do it. But in the meantime, while they're here in the West, they're constantly clearing, cutting and clearing, cutting and clearing, cutting and clearing, cutting and clearing. When the divination comes up, it says you have to cut your hair. So most of the pictures you'll see them, they're bald. That's another clearance, right? Then you see them drumming with the Ifa people. They're learning the steps, right? And they don't show what happens after that. They don't show what happens in the temple out, like, you know. The next time you see them, they're dressed up, they got their name on them, they're dressed in their African finest, and they're going to the shrine and giving thanks. Now, people from the outside wants to know the secrets. Quick, quick, quick. Yeah, at first I used to be like that. I wanted to know the secrets. I wanted to know. I was asking all the barbers questions. Every time I was asking them questions. I was like a child asking them questions. One barber said, "Look, we can't tell you. You need to go to the source to go and get what you need to get, and then come back." Another one says, "Well, you know, right? You're an Ether woman anyway. No, by natural default. Okay, by default." Because initiations can be carried out in spirit as well, but also in the physical, it also confirms everything, right? So people, like in the look of me, like I said, Santeria was very much like how people are looking at African spirituality right now. They're looking at it all back to front, upside down, left and right. So they had to practice undercover darkness. Their families would disown them when they found out they was part of the Santeria movement. The one who pushed it forward was Fidel Castro. Can't remember what time. Don't ask me the history, okay? Fidel Castro started practicing Santeria, and that's when it came out properly, because they used to do it in secret. They wasn't allowed to do it like how they do it now. They could do it on the streets. They could do tambo at homes. They could do tambo anywhere now. They can go to the waters. They do their tambo, the drumming, the batter drum, right? There's a deep history behind the Lukumi, right? It traveled the waters. It traveled and traveled from Benin to the west. The biggest place where Lukumi, Haitian voodoo is Bronx. And probably New York, I think, but Bronx, definitely. Right? That's where most of them is living, right? So, like I said, you have to always ask people of them origins what is what is what is what. The Kandem bleu, bleu. I can't even say the word. There's an African house in Bahia, and the women dress very fine. Then you see them dancing. They dance in circles, and when they are mounted by the spirit, they take them away. They come back out. They're dressed differently. These same women goes out and sells saltfish fritters, which is something else. They term it over there, but it's the same thing. Okay, so like I said, study approves a lot of stuff. In Trinidad, there is a big following of orisha practice. They sing it, they dance it. I did have videos set up for that one time, but it wasn't supposed to be. They do a whole Thanksgiving with Yemaya. There's blue, there's the anchor, and everything. Right? It sailed to the Caribbean. Okay, it reached the Caribbean. People call it juju, but really, it all depends on the practitioner. If the practitioner's good, you'll be fine. If the practitioner's bad, then boy, you better look out, because they can mess you up too. So I did actually have a tambo lined up, but my what's it played up. It's giving me the pains today. Don't know why. Oh, my belly's full of crazies right now. Let me see if I could find one that ain't gonna make Tingo crazy. It's loud as well. Okay, so I used to go to tambos. My first tambo was interesting. The first time I rolled up on a tambo, okay, I got invited to a tambo by a babalawo, which I met by accident. Okay, pure accident. Like, because though I was meant to meet him, I don't even know why. Yeah, I went to my tambo, my first tambo. The Cubans, the Brazilian Cubans look so pretty, dark skinned. The white people there, because they take this shit seriously. They don't play with their Santeria. They look at me. They don't play. White people doing battle drums, because they seem to more accept our thing more than we accept our thing. So they're ready to snatch our thing at any time. Like, it's the same with the dance as well. I'm not going to play too much. Hello? Let me see. Let me see. Hello? Yeah, there it goes. Right. So, my first tambo, my first experience of a tambo, overwhelming. Overwhelming. Mind you, it's a beautiful space to be in. Beautiful. You see the place done up to whatever orisha at the time that needs to pay observance to. Food is cooked in the kitchen. The enyas are doing their job. You know, the novices, they do their job, or the priestesses, because they're the only ones who can feed the babalawos. Strangers can't feed them. The first people to eat is the babalawos go into the kitchen and they will sit and they will eat, and then they come out, they go to the place of the Oshun or Obatala, whoever at the time who needs to be paid observance to. You go, you say your little prayer to whoever you need to say, you need to talk to, whatever, tell her what you want, whatever you got to do. Okay? Then you go back to the space where they're singing. The dance starts. Well, before there was already drumming by that, but the dance starts. Obviously, right? They've been upstairs or wherever they are, done the reading for the night, come back downstairs. This is called, that's routine, and you, a stranger, cannot go anywhere unless they invite you into it. Okay, it's not a free for all. It's not like church where you go in, you sit down, and no, they invite you. They invite you. If you are invited, you are very blessed to be there. That's for sure. Okay? The dance begins. They start with the Ilegua, or Rula, or Ilegua, and they work their way up. All of them. The dance begins. You see people dancing. It's ecstasy. It's nice. It's just beautiful. Obviously, like, it's like a orisha party. That's what I call it, an orisha party. Literally, that's what it is. The Cuban sings to the top of their voices. They got to have their colors on: the blue, the yellow, the red, whatever color, whoever head they carry. They dance. It's just like, wow, you're just in that space. The battle drum begins. Even strangers get catch by trance. You're like, wow. I can't talk you through the whole thing, but I can tell you that much. It is ecstasy. It's a nice space to be in. It's electrifying. It's absolutely bliss when you go there. It's like the most peaceful space that you can ever be in. I think when I first went to my tambo, I was most at peace. And I started going, taking my little one, I think my little one after she was born, I didn't have to worry about her. She was well looked after. I didn't have to think, well, where she is. Children running everywhere. People singing. The children's running everywhere. Everywhere. There's children. There's people. Now, wouldn't you want to be in a space like that where it's blissful? Now, I'm not saying look at me is for everybody. It's not for everybody. Because there are various branches. It's just there for the taking. It all depends on your route where you come from. Okay. I just feel more comfortable in it. That was where I was. Okay. So um let me just do this before I forget. I've got wind on my chest. Now I have several books pertaining to this, right? Because you have to study. You study, you read, you study. They study their shit. They have to read that Odu's, they have to learn everything. It's nothing to make fun of, make light of, or nothing. I feel when people make fun of something, that same thing turns around and bites them in their ass. That's what how I think personally, but that's just me in it. So I'm gonna show some books as well while I'm here. My guess is mad getting to me. So this is one of the books that I read. And this is one of the videos I watched. Very informative. I think that's why I can sit through a whole cartel situation. I did actually try this book haven't been bust because I just feel it's just because I feel if I was to do the next stage, this would be the book I'll be looking at. So I don't mind people coming on the panel because I feel like I said a whole lot. I'm actually exhausted. Just been one of them days. I just feel like the message needs to be said, basically. Maybe there's more to the message. If there's more to the message, I'll probably come back forward and say something else. I mean, people probably get tired of me talking about Santeria and look at me, innit? Yeah? But the deities, I think whether they are of Egyptian capacity, look at me, well, conscious people tend to use the Egyptian and the African orishas, the Afro-Cuban orishas or whoever. They tend to mimic the dances and all that stuff, and it's not aware of certain things, right? Okay, fair enough, right? Doing the dances was having an understanding of the dances, why they do the dances, why they do the steps. Why does Oshun dance with the dress and she holds the dress a certain way? You know what I mean? There is a lot of understanding with this. It's not to be reckoned with. I really cannot stress that. I can't stress it enough. It's not to be reckoned with at all. And if I do feel like I'm preaching today, I'm not preaching. I'm just trying to say something. I wasn't even sure whether people heard Philly Brewhouse thing because it sounded very low to me. I don't know, but um, and I'm very mad with the attack on Santeria. Oh, look at me. There's a huge attack going on. on African spirituality. Very, very, very huge attack going on. Like I said, whether they don't want people to find out their power, because you are powerful people, they don't want you to connect. That's why they put in young Pharaoh and certain people's in your way. So if no one's coming up, it's fine. I will just look off and I'll go home and lie there and have a time. I just feel like I'm very hot right now. Oh, all right, Miss Wise. I'm very hot. I'm frustrated. I just drank 2 bottles of water. I'm very much mad, but I think that's whoever's on my head. I get very upset very quickly. Well, I try not to get upset quickly. I try not to. Um, I have to drink some water to calm myself down because these streams, when you're talking about certain things and it's passion, because I really want people to understand it's not to be messed with. Even the babas who comes on YouTube, they even stress. They stress. You just don't mess with it. Ocean, because everyone uses the most popular orisha out of all of them. There's products named after her. I mean, fair enough, right? She might say, okay, fair enough, whatever, 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 okay. She's not happy at all. She's not happy. Using her name in vain. It's like Christian, you're just calling God's name in vain. So you instead of calling God's name in vain now, you start calling the Orisha's name in vain for every little thing. Okay? I don't call Ogun for every little thing. Sometimes I say, oh my God, that's just a natural reaction. Okay? You don't mean to say that I'm calling to God. Okay? But people need to understand. Okay? And even Priestess Aset Ra, I'm sure she will back me on this too. You need to know what you're playing with. You can't be messing around with things that you don't understand. Parlo is another one. I heard it's very hot, Parlo. That one you're not supposed to. If you mess with that one, that's just a whole nother situation altogether. That's the one that Thingy Banks is doing now. She explains how she got there. Okay, there's Sarah Rock. So what's her name? Sarah Rock. I can't remember her name is that lady, that girl who sings with that other woman that I like. I think it is Nokia. Nokia, I think her name is. Nokia explained why became why she went back to Santeria. It's like she knew that was her. She just knew it. She kept going to the water. She kept doing things. Plus, she had a line. Plus, she had in her line, her mother was doing it. It's part of her bloodline. She didn't just jump into it just because she could just make a video about Yemaya. That is her. Even when I watched it for the first time, I was thinking, what the hell? But he kept playing this thing all the time. And I was thinking, I didn't know who the heck she was. The other day, I found myself listening, like, by accident. Because I went and I think I bumped onto her by accident on a TikTok. And she was explaining why she became a Yemaya priestess. Then when I went to listen to her music, it all came together. It all made sense. Oh. It all made sense why she became what she became. It's through your bloodline. There's an ancestor who probably was praying to that certain Orisha that you are aligned to. Most cases, yeah. Somewhere along the line. Probably not in the so-called slave time, probably before that. You don't know. Because we was not there. But there's someone who would always tell you who you are. Some people can just look at you and can just tell who you are just by the way you look, the way you are. They can see a lot, some people. Some people are just coherent like that. So I get why she did that song, Don't You Fuck With My Energy, Don't You Fuck With My Energy. Why she does that, why she did that one. Her when I saw that video, I was like, bro, I must have played it so loud. My neighbors must think I'm crazy. Right? So there's Richard Raw who does Orisha songs, him, and there's another couple more guys actually. There's quite a lot of them out there who does it. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I feel this way. I just feel very but I'm very hot. I'm bothered right now. I haven't even got my fan or nothing near me. Maybe because of the time. The witching hour's passed already. Or is it 3 o'clock? I can't remember. So anybody who wants to come on the panel is fine. I'm just gonna go hold on. Yeah, so um, you know, it's all study. See, one of the books I haven't even busted. I don't know why I haven't read the book. I read the Ocean one, I read the other one, I read the black and white one, where it tells you about the attributes and all that. It's a lot of study. It's like you're doing a thesis. So I don't know what else to say after that. I don't know who's listening at this point. I know Miss White said she's listening. So like the I wish people would just stop attacking it. I really do. The ones who's doing wrong, they are wrong and they're not doing it right. They are very much touched. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Okay. They have problems, they have issues, and they can't work with people if they have issues of their own because they have to be clearing 24/7, 48/4. And even if the Babalawo is bad, then you move on. You get another one. You get another one. That's all you do. Okay. That's recommended. Which I keep stressing again. I know I'm keep repeating myself today. I don't know. It's just one of them days, isn't it? It's my motherly whoever is she now playing her part right now. She's just like stressing it on a 100 right now. I want to play this other one too, but we have to listen to the audio again. I'm sorry. Now people's on some, and this one now, if I can find it. If I can find it. Well, this one first was talking about Travis Scott and all this stuff, and then they ended up switching it to Santeria and saying, "Oh, it was ex-Satanist and all this fartassery." I'm like, bruh, it's like, what the hell is going on? I stress. Oh gosh, I really want to go see Lashon, Lashon. But let's get to it.
The demons were coming in because they had to come and collect life. So that there was things that I had to do in the demonic.
Now I want you lot to listen to this one. Hopefully, if it don't play up or nothing, or it don't go funny or whatever. If it goes funny, maybe I'm not supposed to play it, which is all good because they're running the show right now. I'm talking about them. So let's see.
world in order to please the devil to keep the rhythm going, to keep my contract going. So this man knew what he was doing. He knew the setup. He knew the stage. He knew the platform. He knew what he was doing. He knew the demons was going to come in and out of that portal. He knew the demons were coming in because they had to come and collect life. You know, they need to collect life. That was the sacrifice of them collecting. You came in agreement with him on that contract. Now, after the contract is expired, now you have to sign a new contract because there's new levels that you have to go into and new sacrifices and new, more expanding yourself to the enemy, having showing more allegiance to the devil because we don't sell. To the point of a man die is the judgment absent from the body, presence of the Lord, not present to the music. The more your music goes higher, the higher the contract, the higher everything is at stake higher. Higher sacrificial things you have to do, higher things that you have to gamble with, higher opportunities you have to. The devil wants from you. The devil wants to stretch you when he brings you higher because he wants more from you because he's giving you more.
Wow. Now, so as far as when people always say, I sold my soul, because there's another, I'm going to make a video this weekend about it. Another celebrity said they just met with a demon and they sold their soul to him. Now, when demons are coming to people, or the devil, but I think for most people, it's probably demons, and telling the person, if you sell me your soul, I'll give you this. Now, we know you can't sell your soul because it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to
you. You're selling your time to the devil. It's like a timeshare. You people in Hollywood, they die of stuff that we have never.
Time.
You know, they die they premature death. Devil's up. He wanted to give the dollars, so the devil said, so you have to die. So he took the place.
Wow. And you see a lot of these rappers that have died, these big name rappers that will die, either someone come up and shoot them, and they always have a hit on them. And I'm thinking, how are these celebrities, or they'll die, one guy
crime that they did because the devil knew how to cover the tracks.
Wow, man, it's much deeper than I think people realize. I'm going to go into some of these questions. John, I'm going to shoot them at you, and then we'll roll with it here. First question was, when John was in Santeria, was he aware that he was worshiping the devil? Did Satan appear in disguise, or was it the devil as his true self when you were a devil worshiper?
Well, when I was a devil worshiper, Santeria, I mean, the worship of the saints. That's what they call it, but it's worship of demons and the devil. That's what they call it. Santeria means the worship of saints. Not the worship of saints, worship of demons and the hierarchy all the way to the devil. So basically, you know that where you're at, because when you go to Santeria parties and people get demon possessed, you see something that not even Hollywood can make a movie out of this. That's how demon possessed people get in Santeria, and then they have to take them to a room and do a ceremony that they can remove the principality. Because the Santeria has to do with principalities only, because they shave your head. See, they shave your head in Santeria. When they shave your head in Santeria, they do these demonic symbols on your head. They did it to me. So when the principality comes down, he comes down into the center of your hand, takes over your body, and your body can't even resist the power of that demon that's coming down. Now, when you do spiritualism and you do like demon church and you do spiritualism, the demons come from the ground up. So when you go to demon church, you can't wear your shoes because the demon have to have entry through your feet.
Wow.
So Santeria, people know that they worship the devil. They just can't say nothing, because if you say something, you expose yourself, or you expose the contract, you expose what you're involved with. The devil wants you to play nice. The devil wants you to recruit people. The devil wants you to introduce people to the Santeria, spiritualism, tarot card reading. The devil wants you because you have to recruit people. You mandatory have to recruit people to the dark side. So the devil, if you say anything out of the realms of what you're supposed to say, the devil will take you out.
Wow. And so when you were meeting with him, was it always the same, or was he disguised himself? Was he different looking?
Different facets of the devil, different facets, depending on the night you met with him, depending on the contract, depending on the opportunity, depending on the assignment or the mission he had for you. My mission was to go out to clubs and look for Christians. That was my mission, to go out to clubs and look for Christians, because the Christians are hanging out in the clubs, and they were the gateway, mouth gate, ear gate was.
What a load of cock and bull. That does never happen like that. I don't know what this man, he just made up a whole load of cock of shit. You know, right, when I came across the Babylon, it was in a sociable area. It wasn't, they don't go out converting Christians, okay? Some Christians leave the church and they start looking into themselves, and then they come into themselves, and then they find themselves in something else. I never heard so much rubbish in my life. Oh my god, I'm doing that coffee thing again. I never heard so much crocker rubbish in my life. That's a crock of bullshit. And then you're wondering why people's looking down on these things, these practices. This is why. People like this man right here. We can see him. Hmm. Because you're Christian, it doesn't mean to. Right? No, actually, let me put it another way. No ether one will go and tell you, look, you have to recruit, whatever, whatever. People naturally drop out of churches for all types of reasons. All types of reasons. Then they want to know their root, and then they end up going back to their root, and then that's one of the roots that they go to. As for this demon rubbish, right? Let me give an example. Kabosile, Shango. He was supposed to be a real person in Yoruba land. Okay. He died, and then the people said the king is not dead. In the songs, they say the king is not dead. Right? Kabosile. Okay. They are real people that was in Yoruba land. Majority of them, they call them angels. If you call them that, it's up to you. I think they call them angels, but they mostly say who's the father on your head or mother on your head, the Ori. All right, this is where another misconceptions happening again. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm talking about? And even though it's not Kabasile's day today, I won't even be calling his name too tough neither, because I don't want him to come now and I get all hot and bothered and then I get upset because it's just crazy. Okay? They are people. A Duduwa is a real person. There is a place in Nigeria called a Duduwa State. There's Oshun Grove. I think there is Ogun State. They are named after them. It traveled clear to Cuba. I think they want this thing to go back underground. But you know what? Maybe it might be better if it's underground, because then stupid people like this won't be talking stupidness right at this present moment. Okay? All right. Let's just go and listen to this idiot.
It's going crazy for them because I one time I remember I met a Christian. He said, "Well, I just come here. I drink Polar Spring water." I said, "What do you do with the music? They go on into your ears." I said, "What do you do with your eyes? That the girls are walking half naked. What do you do with those? So you're opening gateways and portals in your spirit, and the devil already got you, and you don't even know it."
Wow, man, that's deep. Here's the next one. How are witches and warlocks affected when their spells and curses are broken or backfire them? Can a spell backfire on a witch or warlock when they try to attack true believers?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, how many times? You know how many time the warlock, wizard, root workers, whatever they want to call themselves, put witchcraft on me. I send it back to the center. I send it back with the authority of the Holy Spirit. Burn their altars down. Even physically, their altars had caught on fire, or even they got hit so hard by their own witchcraft that they had lost their minds, because it's a spiritual warfare fight. And whatever, a true believer, the devil can hit you with something because the devil has power, but a true believer, he has no authority over you, so he can't control you and manipulate you. There's no authority over you. Look at Job. What did the Lord say? You can do this, you can do that to Job, but you have no authority to take his life.
So there's a limit to what they can try to do.
There's a limit what they can do, but again, we have.
Yes, they are good and bad witches. Yes, they are. Okay, there's good and bad witches, good and bad Petitioners, okay? If you know the petitioner's bad, you come out of it, you go find another practitioner. You don't have to stick with the practitioner, okay? So he's talking a load of crocker shit there, okay? There is bad witches out there. We don't know that from the government, okay? The elite. We don't need to say nothing else on that. Okay? Okay, can you speak on Oludamari? Okay, from what I can remember of Oludamari, he is the one, he's the father of the Orishas. He is the spectrum, I would say, of the Orishas. He's the one that they go to as well. He's like the father, like I said, he's the father. I should even draw up an example because I don't want to speak off my chest. I don't want to speak wrong because I don't want them to come and tell me, what you're speaking is wrong. Okay, so I am gonna do what the righteous thing I would say and find. I don't want to talk out of. I don't want to talk out of pocket, because Kabasile, I like him. That's why I talk about Kabasile the way I do. I love Shango a lot. Pocket. Okay, let me grab your. I'm gonna stop sharing this stupid man. He's annoying me. Oh, I'll give you a little story about Ludamari, a mythology story. Ludamari sent an Obatala to go and create the humans of the earth. So Obatala goes around, he's creating the bodies, creating all the single bodies. He created them from the earth. He created how many of them? And I think he ended up drinking. So what he started doing, he started missing limbs, he started missing the arms, started missing legs of the bodies of the people. Right? Obatala, I think Udamari told Obatala, I think, right, don't quote me on it. I'm right, I'm just trying to, I'm told how I was told. So Ludamari had to go down and finish creating the people. So anybody who's got Obatala on their head and they see a child that's got not a lot of limbs, they're very much heart drawn to people like that. Ludamari, he is the father of all of the Orishas, like I said. But they'll probably say something else on the Google. No, I got full of wind. Pardon me. So he had to come out. It was bugging me so much. So I'm going to draw up Ludamari. I don't want to talk about him wrong. I don't want him to be mad with me. See, this is what I was talking about. The story of you can't see it. The story of Ludamari. Right, like I said, Ludamari then sent his trusted assistant, the chameleon, to verify the earth was dry. That part I missed out. Then one day, Ludamari called them all to the earth, to heavens, and gave Obatala the sacred power to create human life. And Obatala returned to the earth and created all the ancestors. But he made some misshapen ones too. So, Ludamari, as known as Oloron the Almighty, is one of the manifestations of the supreme creator God in the Yoruba religion. The name comes from the phrase Oludumare, meaning the owner, source of creation that does not become empty. or all is sufficient. The Yoruba believe that Oludumare is the the potency. It's a source of all. Oludumare is aloof. He is not directly involved in earthly matters and lets other Orishas, who are his sons and daughters, answer human concerns through divinations and possessions and sacrifice and more. However, everything in the hands of Oludumare when they are going to bed at night. The name Oludumare symbolizes a divine entity that has no father or mother, that is simultaneously is and is not bound by space, time, and you know dimension. Historically, the Yoruba worship Oludumare through the agency of orisha. Thus, there is no image, shrine, or sacrifice made directly towards him. There is some controversy about whether Oludumare is directly worshipped due to his aloofness from humanity. However, there are those who also worship Oludumare directly. Oludumare is the origin of virtue and mortality and bestows the knowledge of things upon all persons when they are born. He is transcended, uniquely unique, all-knowing, good and evil. The Yoruba call on Oludumare when other deities, Orishas, seem unwillingly and incapable to help. These Orisha or Orishas are supernatural beings, both good Ogunguns and bad Ojuogun, who represents human activities and natural forces. Yoruba believe Oludumare created all other forces of the universe to help continue the evolution of the universe. I think I did explain it, right? I did explain it okay. But Obatala, being Obatala, he likes his drink, in it. Obatala is a god that is a cross between man and woman. So you meet a lot of Obatalas who are men and women. They're either in schooling situations and all that. They're always creative. They're creative people, very creative people. I think I explained it right anyway. I think I gave it my little, because that's not a story I always look at. I always seem to look at Ogun or one of them. But anyway, that man, what he was talking about. Now, the initiations, like I said, yes, the hair does come off in most cases. There's one priestess, I wonder if I could find her, that I used to follow a lot. And they didn't take off her hair. She had locks. Now, all these Ocean priestess, they're always very beautiful women. I ain't gonna lie. That's how they look. And I no homo. Let's put that out there. No homo. Okay. But they look a certain way. The women who worship Ocean, they all look a certain way. All of them. Um, this is one of the women I was following. She was the first videos that I picked up that I was introduced to by a priestess. An Ocean priestess gave it to me. So when I'm talking, I'm not just talking off my chest certain things. Like the information, they always ready. They will give you information if they really feel that you have that something. You know what I mean? If you have that something, there's something, but they don't always know. So they will give you that. Now, yay yay means mother, right? Remember that song that Erica Badu wrote about her yay yay. Yay yay is her mother. Is the mother. Okay. So when people's talking fraff and saying certain things and don't understand certain things, now you talk about your yeye. I have a yeye who gave birth to me. That is my mother. Now, most cases, like I said, the hair doesn't always get chopped off. The hair does not go. It all depends on what divination they get, what is what. From my deep understanding, because I used to watch it quite a lot. She actually kept her hair. They didn't. They told they didn't cut her hair on her visit that she went on her initiation. She was able to keep her locks, but she cut her hair by herself. Yeah, she explains it on video. She explains it. She makes it very clear why her hair's not cut. That man's talking bollocks out of his bum. He's talking a load of shit. Okay? So here they are at Ocean Grove. That's what I'm saying now. There's spaces created, not just made up spaces. This space was made by a white lady who lived there. I think she reached Ocean Grove and she settled, and then she started creating like sculptures in the Ocean Grove itself. She was there until she died. Okay. This is Yeye here. Yeye doing her work. Yeye after her initiation. Yeye still at initiation. Her chief, the one who took her on, Chief Atunde. Now they go to his ancestral home and they give their offerings to who's ever on his head or whatever he's dealing with. Okay, Chief Atunde. They have a whole organization dedicated to this. So when people's talking stupidness, they need to really check things out. Because Nigerians, yes, there is the scammers. There is scammers out there. Yes, there is. There is. They'll come in your DMs, all sorts of craziness. But with research, you can definitely find a fitting, I'll say, godfather for you to learn, prosper under. And you don't have to be on him, checking him every single time, every single 20, every single 30 days. Some godfathers are quite good. They don't even bother you. Okay? Now, I already explained how I got my name, my Yemi name, my Yemi part of my name. That was given by a Yoruba mother. That's why when people's trying to confuse me now, put me on confused.com, I'm not having it. Because I feel I have a link to Cuba somewhere along the line. I really do think that I thought that for a very long time, and I stand on that one. So, like I said, she's going through her initiation. This is her spiritual mother. This is her spiritual mother. And it's not dirty in how people pertain to African spaces, okay? The shrine is clean. They're very funny when it comes to their shrines. They don't play with their shrines, okay? They're not looking dirty. Their clothes is very, very clean and spectacularly made, okay? I want to show you the one where she's dressed when she's finished going through the initiation. I think this is the only one they put up on here. This is the only one they got off her. This is afterwards. Now, do you see anything nasty about this place? This is for the ignorant ones in the back I'm talking to. Okay? They take care of their houses, their spiritual homes very deeply. And in fact, Africans dress even better. When it comes to them going out, they are like Jamaicans. They take their dress clothes very seriously because it's all status. It's status. The higher your status, the more grander you look. The more money you got, the more grander you look. That's how Nigeria is. And even the poorest person, they'll have they'll have less money than sand, and they still look good when they go out. They work for how much days a week, they will do what they have to do. They do it in the West. Okay. So there is Yemaya. Oops. Yemaya, mother of all, mother of women who carry children, protector of children. As the story goes, the water came from her breast and landed on land, and then it made the sea and stuff. Okay, that's one mythology. Yeah. Then there's Olokun, who is the deepest of the ocean. Many initiates lose their life. The one who's come back and lived to live for another day. When they go to take out their offerings to Olokun in the deepest of the ocean takes them. The ocean takes them. Nigeria is a very mystical place. I was told by one friend who went to Ghana that how there was stuff that was happening in the streets as she's walking. There'll be like a little sand cloud will come out and just start rolling in front of you or whatever. Then the people will move out the way, whatever. Now, Egunguns. Now in Nigeria, Egunguns are always dressed a certain way. We see them on pictures everywhere. People use them on their Egunguns. Now you know me, I like to show pictures to make examples. These are Egunguns. All different types of Egunguns. The people run from them sometimes. Sometimes they run towards them to get blessed. It all depends on the Egungun and what the Egungun is. Right? The Egungun is always managed by several men around the Egungun while the Egungun's walking to make sure that they're steady, I suspect. The dancers take years to learn to do this, to be this Egungun in the Yoruba land. They take years. They make these clothes, especially for these different types of the deities, Ogunga's ancestors that come true. I'll show you a Gungun in action. Oh, I've got wind. Oh my days. Oh, pardon me. Oh my days, my stomach's really talking today. It's amazing. When I oh here's my Baba. See, I'm not even looking for him. And he shows up. Let me show you him.
Sobo ine na sobo, sobo ine na kedenu. Ine na sobo, sobo ine na kedenu. Wabakara do wini, wabakara yenwe. Wabakara do wini, wedo ine na sobo.
That was so short. I wasn't even looking for him. Bang, he turns up on cue. See, I'm not lying now. Ugh, see, I can't find them now. I normally find them all the time. They're normally just there sitting there waiting for me. Oh, there it is. They normally sit down there waiting for me to come and look for them. Anyways. I love them things. I wish I can go and see them in live for myself. I really do wish I can reach and see them for myself. See them, literally see them. Dinus Demir saw one in Sierra Leone and they're dancing and stuff. It's just nice. So you see, I won't lie. See, Crispin turned up by himself. He made himself known because he is also a musician. He's a babalawo and a musician. He sings a lot of orisha songs. He's definitely dedicated to what he is and what he does. He doesn't pretend. He don't pretend to be something he's not. Okay? Anyways, back to the Ogunguns. And then there's the twins. There's the twins in Orisha. I can't remember the names exactly. I used to remember the names of the twins. Or Meji, I think they're called. The dress looks like our black Indian. Yeah, exactly. There's a link to everything. But, apparently people are not Africans and stuff like that. So I'm not saying nothing, on that level. I'm not getting involved on that level. Now, the dancers, they do this, they learn from long time. They take their time and learn. Let me see, I could find a bit about the Ogunguns. Okay, I'll just read a little bit of this one that I found. Egunguns. Egungun, with the Yoruba language tone marks. In broadcast sense, is any Yoruba masquerade or mask costume figure. More spectacularly is a Yoruba masquerade for ancestors' reverence, or the ancestors themselves as a collective force. The Egungun is reduced of a world that Egungun has the same meaning in Yoruba. There is a misconception that Egungun is singular form and it represents the ancestors, while Egungun is the masquerade or the plural form. The misconception is common in the Americas by orisha devotees that do not speak Yoruba as a your normal words, isn't it? A gungun is a visible manifestation of spirits departed ancestors who revisit the human community for remembrance and celebration and blessings. So that's the role of the gungun. Oh, he guys, do you know what, right? He's one of them bad parents, right? I don't know. Um, I had to learn about my warriors the hard way. To be honest, he did give a little bit of instructions, but he is one who likes to tell stories where even when he's reading the Adus, a he gives you the mythology to every Odu, because every Odu have a mythology behind it. So when they're reading you, they have to explain it in a way so that you can understand it. It's like proverbs, isn't it? It's like a proverb. So when they're verbalizing it, because it's an oral tradition, right? They don't, they don't, they don't. What's the word? They would only give you as much as you ask from them. Sometimes, well, in the Look at Me one, they will just give you the warriors. They will tell you a little bit, and then you have to work out sometimes how to deal with the warriors yourself. Now, I think if you're in the next level up, I think that's when you're more closer to the Baba Lawal. So he will tell you more, give you more instructions. I think it all depends on where you're at with him, I think. But when you're at the other levels, they don't tell you nothing. I had to learn the hard way to deal with the warriors, and it's so strange because um, I was determined to learn about them. I was really determined. I was told to throw away the Agun at one point. The Agun was like, "No, you can't throw me away. Like it's not happening." Like I said, that's how you know that's a good Babalawo. He would always tell you in mythology. They speak in what you call it. I can't think of the word. They don't speak directly. They tell you certain things, and it all depends on the Babalawo. If he's a straight talker, he will just tell you straight. Well, A is A and B is B and whatever. Some of them talk through mythology a lot. So it's left for you to work out certain things sometimes. It's like a puzzle or a jigsaw. So I think if I was to go back now and the Orisha says, see now, right now, you can become the next level up, then he will say, okay, fair enough. You got to do this, 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 this. It costs this. And then you'll go true. Some will tell you you have to go to Africa, you have to go to Cuba, because those are the most potent places where Orishas preside. Those saying that, I seen Crispin go clear to Russia. Is it Russia he went to? And initiate somebody. I seen him do that. Well, not seen him, but I seen it online where he went to clear to Russia. Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's how they teach you in a kind of a way, but it all depends. But in the Look at Me house, they get scratched. The men, I think the Arulas, they go through some next thing. I don't even know, right? They go through some next thing. The Arulas, they're very strict. They can only wear white. The men wear a lot of white. Sometimes you can kind of tell who dealing with what. In most Latinos, you can tell. But you have to look very closely because they hide it well. Dominicans as well, you have to look very closely because they hide that very well. because there's a lot of Spanish, a lot of Latinos that's around these areas now. So like you start noticing a lot of things. So it's yeah. Anyways, there is the twins. I think it's Imeji. Oh yeah, I should just go through each one, innit? Because people tend to get things twisted. I think with Oshun particularly, I think she's just used and abused right now. She's like one of them women who's just used and abused right now, and she's a deity. Let's go to Yoruba land because they always have things on thing. So Yoruba festival of fertility, because you know she's about fertility. Oh Lord, you lot ain't seeing what I'm seeing. Sorry, hold up. Let me just do this one again. She not only is she fertility and water, but like she has another side to her also, which people also do not talk about. She gets angry really easily too. She's not to be played with, not to be angered. She will just do you something. She's not to be played with at all. Okay. Oh, my nose is bugging me. Hold on. She's not to be played with. She has another side to her. She has a couple sides to her. Now, being she's the youngest Orishas of all of them, she's the youngest one. She's like the baby out of all of them. Now, one day, I think this has been said before in a video before, but I'll talk about it. One day, the Orishas did something, so Ashunshi disappeared, and the lands grew dry. The lands were so dry, so dry. Nothing was growing, nothing was fruitful, nothing. I think Priestess Tasha talks about it. Now, the Orishas, being that she's the youngest one, the Orishas tried to get her to come because I think she wasn't respected or something. I can't remember the story, hold the story, so don't quote me on it. So, anyways, they had to plead with her to come back, to make the land fruitful again, to make, babies happen, all that stuff. They pleaded with her. I can't remember how she came back. I think they had to go to the moon. I think she went to the moon or somewhere. They pleaded with her several nights, several days. She would not come back. She would not come back to the land. She wouldn't make it fruitful. She wouldn't make nothing grow. Nothing was growing. It was barren. Everything was barren. I think one of them ideally had to go and just tell her how appreciated she is and all that stuff. I think I should find the story. I'll find the story anyway. But anyway, I'll tell it as much as I can remember. And then when she came back, the land started being fruitful. The waters was running. Everything was green. Everything was beautiful, bliss. People started having babies, all that stuff. So because like she's the youngest one, she's very much respected out of the Orishas, being she's the youngest one. She's also, I think, like she is the wife of Ogun, because I think Oya is the wife of Shango. So she's very much respected. Very much respected. You really don't play with that one at all. I think that's all the story I can remember. If I can find the story, I'll play it because I don't like to misquote stuff. So this is Oshun State, where they celebrate the goddess of fertility and water. The festival is held by the West Africans group place in Oshun Oshulogbo Sacred Grove in southwestern Nigeria, which is named the area a World Heritage. Oh, really? Is that important? Anyway, the priestess preparing offerings and sacrifices to the great goddess, a hearty mixture of sacrificed chicken, oche powder, potato chips, and gin. Crowds accompany the Abaja, who is the virgin, a virgin whose face is covered on with a cloth by outside religious influence. Hold on, have I? Hold on. A virgin whose face is covered with a scarlet cloth embroidered with shells to the river, where the spirit of the water goddess lives. Believes in Yoruba gods persist by the outside religious influence. I am Christian, I am Muslim, I am a traditionalist. That's by one of the people, an employee of Oshilogbo Museum. I pray to Allah 5 times a day. I pray to Lord Jesus Christ. But I also go to worship the Oshun by the river. Yoruba people say that if your prayers don't work with one God, try the other ones. She said with a smile, pastors and imams say it's not good to have many gods, but almost everybody turns to Oshun when they need her. Obo, Omi, Tala, Baba Shera, a visitor to the festival, said he's believed in traditional gods, but unlike others, did not hide it. I am very proud of my heritage. I don't care what people say about me. Baba Shara wears a large white tunic. Whoever you believe in is whatever your religion at the end of the day. You need water to survive. Oh, there's one of those bots. So, kind of like an African series we watched on Netflix without the stuff. Yeah, remember that one I told you about, where the woman where they couldn't make children, and they ended up going to the priestess, and the priestess was the one causing the trouble with all these women not having babies. I can't remember the movie that I spoke about, but as you can see, right, even like they said, the Christians and the Muslims go to the shrines. Fela Kuti was part of the shrines. He was part of it. He though he sang Afrobeat, he called his club the Shrine. Okay. So any which way in Nigeria, for what I gather, because I think some Nigerians have spoken, because they keep it on a hush hush. They don't show their religion, some of them. You don't know what they're into. You don't know. They can look all Christian on the outside. Like I said, the white celestial cloth is a good example of that. The white celestial cloth also kind of works like orisha practice. I've been told that firsthand by a Nigerian man. Okay? They work with these things. This is their ancestral heritage. This is their ancestral heritage. So when you go there, you have to be, well, I personally feel, like Sizzler said, you have to do home before you go abroad. If you form a friend with a good Nigerian, because there are good Nigerians, there are good Africans out there, you know, there are some good Africans out there, right? They won't tell you about these spiritual practice. They will look down on these spiritual practices. But I tell you one thing: what's happening now? They're going back to their spiritual practices. Okay, they're going back. The multitude of them is in the houses, is in the temples, all run by Olorisha. This lady's probably an Olorisha. Numbers of Americans go to Ocean Grove on a daily basis, going to the festivals, giving reverence to Oshun, giving reverence to Ogun, getting initiated on a day-to-day basis. They come back, they look so much different. Some of them, when they don't look the same when they come back. I've seen it with my own eyes. They don't look the same. Anybody who goes to Ocean Grove and still looks the same, there's something wrong with you. They never look the same when they come back. They look different. Their glow is different. Something about them is different. Yeah, it's a very mystical place. Nigeria is a very mystical place. That's probably why they are always targeting Nigeria, particularly, well, African countries in general. They target them a lot. They target them a lot, definitely. But it's the people as well. It's the corruption that's happening over there. The miseducation of some people. They don't like traditionalists. This one don't like traditionalists. This one don't like Muslim. This one Christian don't like a whole heap of things. Okay, over there they get it a lot bad. So I feel that when these women are seen, they come out during the festival time, I reckon, but they be on their wherever. I don't think they come go far because they know what the place is about. Yeah. So they go to the goddess of fertility for babies. Many people have gone. Many people, hundreds, thousands, trillions, millions more have gone there, come back with more a strength, with more confirmation. They go as far as learning the language. They get married to Babalawas. They literally get married to them. That's why I don't turn my nose at them, because I know there's good and bad Africans. I do not say that they're all bad. I don't say that. I never do say that, because I know differently. I've been around them, so I know differently. My children's been around them. Even though sometimes, yeah, you do catch yourself saying the odd thing out of pocket, but then someone will come and change that whole perception. You know what I mean? So these is ancient practices, ancient of days practices. It's like when you go to Lalabella in Ethiopia and you go to that church that's like a cross, you go to Lalabella or up in the mountain, I think it is. Not everybody can go there. Not everybody. I was told that too. Not everybody can go to Lalabella. You're not allowed to go in just like that. It's the same with the EFA system. Sometimes it seems like they take on anybody who pays good money, but sometimes it's for the betterment of their village. So they have to accept everybody. So it's not left for us to say, okay, right, this is not so and that is not so and that is not so. It's not for us to do that. Yeah. Now, yesterday or today, I think I spoke about Shango. He's the illuminator. He illuminates. He illuminates. He does a lot of things. He's a very virile man. He's a virile man. He don't play. Like I said, anybody call on Shango, you have to know what you got to deal with. He don't play. They all don't play. I don't know why I just keep emphasizing on one in particular, because they're all about the same. You mess with them, they will mess with you. Basically, that is the sides of the matter. It's so strange. I'm not even feeling tired. Maybe because I'm talking about something that I really love. I can't remember the movie, Miss Wise. Hold on. Let me put it up. I can't remember the movie I did talk about that time, but I know which one. But Nigerians, they will show their little belief systems in various movies, good and bad and indifference. They have secret societies over in their country also. They have Yahoo boys to contend with. They have a whole heap of shit to contend with. They make over here look soft. But you have to know when you go in there. I think you need to be with somebody or know before you go over there. You need to make sure that you are safe when you go over there. That's what I think. That's one of the things. That's what Valerie made sure. She made sure she was safe. She still continues her Ocean practices till now. She just don't on social media like she used to do before. Oops. I have to rename this. I don't even know what to call it now. I I don't know what to call it now. Okay. The next one, oh yeah, did I say Yemaya? I explained her in it. There's the twins. Well, I can't remember their name. Let me see if I can find their name. Oh yeah, I found it. Imeji. I think I said it right. I think I said it right, but hopefully some will come. I normally go and check the pronunciation or how it sounds before I talk about it. There's the twins. Right. Now, let me give you a history with Nigerian and twins. Apparently, from what I've been told, in their history, they used to kill twins because twins was bad luck and all sorts of shit. And then later on, I don't know what happened. That soon changed. That changed. So twins are termed as lucky. So when they have twins, that is termed as lucky. Lucky. Especially if they're twin boys, I think. Imeji, or I can't say the other name. It's the name of the orishas representing a pair of twins in the Yoruba religion of the Yoruba people, or originating from Yoruba land on the area around the present day in the dynasty, the Yoruba spirituality of Latin America. Yomeji are synchronized with saints. Oh, why does I Commerce and that Damien? In Yoruba culture, spirituality, twins are believed to be magical and are granted protection by the orisha Shango. If one twin should die, it is represented bad luck for the parents and society to which they belong. The parents therefore commission a babalawo to carve a wooden imagery to represent the deceased twin. Their parents take care of the figure as if it was a real person. Other than the sex, the appearance of the imagery is determined by the sculptor. The parents then dress dress it like a real person. Other than the sex, oh yeah, what did I say? The parents then dress it and decorate the imagery to represent their own status using clothing made from cowrie shells, as well as beads and coins and paint. Imagery figured are admired by tribal art collectors, and many have made their way to Western collections. The world's largest collections of images are at the British Museum, London. The firstborn of the twins is known as Tiwa, while the second one is Kehedi. And in the Yoruba culture, the second twin is considered the elder twin. The reason for this, Taiwo is sent by Kihed to judge if the world is fit and beautiful before he or she descends in accordance with the Yoruba belief. So that's the twins. My poor reading is terrible. Oh, Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea. Like I said, Chelsea is definitely a herbalist. That's one of his attributes. Chelsea is a spirit associated with hunting, forests, and wealth, and also the others and the stuff I just said. Right, he is the spirit of meals because it is he who provides food. He is associated with lightness, wisdom, craftiness, and hunt. He is the orisha of completion, loving arts and beautiful things. He hunts with a bow and arrow called Ofo, hunting for good influence and positive energies. Animal sacrifice to Ochosi rituals are goat, cooked pig, guinea fowl, and the salutation of Ochosi is Yoruba is Eko Icaro. In Santeria, he is teamed up with Saint Norbert. Synchronized in the imagery of Saint Norbert has a bow and arrow and a stag next door to him, which are symbols of Achosi. Another Catholic saint synchronized with Achosi is Saint Sebastian, who is depicted with his body covered with arrows, another symbol of Achosi. Oh, I'm doing okay. Orumila, also Orula or Orula in Yoruba land on the Latin America, is an orisha. He is the orisha of wisdom, knowledge, and divination. The source of knowledge is believed to have a keen understanding of the human form and of the purity, and is therefore praised as often and more effectively than other remedies. I know Orula is the head in Santeria. Egun. Egun or Ogun or Ogun, Ogum. He's got loads of names in from Latin America, Portuguese, and Yoruba. Is a spirit that appears in several African religions. He's admitted to seize the throne after the demise of Obatala, who resigned twice. Who resigned twice before and after Oduduwa, but was outed by O Obolufon, and I can't say that other name, sent on an exile, an event which serves as the core of the Olojo festival. Ogun was a warrior and a powerful spirit of metal work, as well off as rum. And rum making, he was also known as the god of iron and is presented in Yoruba religion, Haitian voodoo, and West African voodoo. Condomblé houses. I love condomblé houses. I love condomblé houses. They're very nice and spectacular. See, Lofi is the supreme creator. That's also another name for Oludamari. Olorun is another name for Oludamari. Um, Ele- Elegua or Eshu. See, I can't remember how many of them. Ochosi, Shango, Yamaja, Obo, Obatala, Orunyansa. Can't say the other names. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe they just want to talk with people. Maybe that's what's maybe what they want to do today. They want people to know who they are. I think that's what they want. So maybe that's what is happening right now. So as I showed you. I mean, I wish that Philly Bruja video is working better, but maybe it's the area. It's always the area where I'm sitting. I think it plays up when I sit in the kitchen. When I sit in the front room, I don't get all this BS. But yeah, so I don't know. It's going on 2:30. All right. Um, I know I might edit out Philly's one. I don't know. I'll think about it. But the one with the lady talking on the Haitian voodoo, I think she's just talking about character, like your character. Are you sure? I wasn't sure. It's like they just want to speak today. I'm really, really, really full of energy today. You know, normally I want to sleep. I've fallen asleep on a live or something. I just feel very energized. I have a bit of wind on my chest, mind you, but it's not really bothering me because I can go drink some clover and hot water. But I feel that when I talk about them, it's like a whole different something else. It's like when I talk about Reiki, I just get all excited and I'm just like, wow, everything that you learn, right? Really, it's like you're letting people know certain things. I mean, like, obviously, right, if I was part of a house, a shrine or whatever, I wouldn't tell you everything because they're not supposed to tell you everything. They're not supposed to tell you everything. So when they give away little gems, which they do on here sometimes, you listen. If you can use it, you use it. If you can't, then yeah. Oh, thank you, Saida. But you could come up as well. I think I put it on the thing. I can't even remember. I was going, so I feel like when I'm talking about it, it's like I'm going further and further and further from England. It's like I'm not in England. It's like they want. I know they want me to travel. They do want me to travel, but truth is, I got a little one. I'm not leaving her with nobody. I'm not to travel. I'm not doing it. And when the children was older, maybe I would have travelled and gone and got initiated. You know, I think I'm ready to go. I'm really sure. And like Ogun, yeah, he makes the way. Ochosi makes the way. I know that, right? So I would even show you my phases of me going through what I went through. Like I said, I'm not gonna hide and pretend like, yeah, I'm perfect as pie. Oh my goodness. Oops. I'm trying to show you the mumbo phase because I had a mumbo phase at one time too. Just go through phases until you find your way. That's what I think. Um, so all the way down the bottom. It's crazy when you got to find old pictures of yourself. This picture I'm very proud of, so I'm even gonna go on like, go on like Missa. Alright, so hold on, let me turn it off from the Twitter because I think Twitter's still projecting. Don't want certain things on Twitter, you get me? Uh, so hold on, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna do this. See, I went through a phase looking like a Nigerian for a very long time. Yeah, so no one can tell me who I am because I know who I am. It's just that my face have changed. I've aged a little bit now. I was looking like a Nigerian for a long time. If it wasn't a Nigerian, it was a Mambo, right? So that's why you have to get to know yourself, right? And I look like my mom a lot, okay? I look like my mom a lot. So I used to dress like a Nigerian a lot. I was around them a lot. I like the music. I don't. That's why I'm saying it's like I was meant to be around Ifa. It's just a natural occurrence. It just had to happen. It had to happen. So I'm not going to pretend and make like if I don't know, I don't know. Like others, I have to research the shit to find out. Okay? So that's why I watch a lot of Nollywood and all that stuff. And some Nollywoods are good and some Nollywoods are bad, yes. But they put all their stuff, all their things into the Nollywood. They put all this, they show their secret societies in there. They have a whole brotherhood, I believe. Oh gosh, I'm coughing so much. They have a whole brotherhood over there, a secret set over there. Oh, pardon me. God, Jesus. You hear me now? You hear me? Right. They have a whole set over there of secret societies. The recent one I heard was the ex. I know you're laughing at me, right? But that cough had to come out. You see what I'm saying? Oh, or was it the Jesus part? Um, they have secret societies over there. There's one called the Arm of Axe or something. I can't remember. I was actually gonna put it up on the channel. They have a wide range of Freemasonries in Nigeria. There is a lot of them over there, right? So to be honest, the ethos saves a lot of people. It literally saves a lot of people. Now, if you demonize that shit, I don't even know, right? Then there's nothing for nobody, no, nothing for the people to turn to. Then there's nothing for the people to turn to and hand down to their children. That means they're lost people. Marcus Garvey always says that how, right, you have to, is it Marcus Garvey? I don't even know. It's one of them. Where you have to look to yourself to find who you are sometimes. You have to look into yourself. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that Marcus Garvey spoke about. Self economics was one. Now, Yorubas are very good at making money. They make money like peas. Most Africans, I can say, are good at making money. They will do the littlest jobs we won't do. They will pay for their thing. That they will do the stinkiest, lowest of the low, get paid. I think I went through that myself. To be honest, they would work the most smallest. Anyway, anyone who's from a foreign country, they will work their asses off. So to be honest, these things are set in place. Oh, I think I'm loud. These things are set in place for them to focus on, whether it's Santa Mawete, Baron Sumdi, whoever. Sometime, right, you have to find something that will lead you to something. That's how it goes. Then when you find the something, you settle. You stop searching. You don't find nothing. You don't have to search no more. You don't have to search. You don't have to search. You found it. Even if you are at the lowest level of the thing, but at the same time, your time will come in it. You know what I mean? You don't rush nothing. Because when you're rushing it, it gets further and further away from you. I was so eager to become initiated. It just got further and further away from me. I've seen all these people going through initiations, everybody left, right, and center. I wanted to be the one wearing the necklaces and all that stuff. I think I even went out and bought the necklaces myself. But then now I just put it onto the statues and stuff now. Even though they said in orisha practice, they do not worship statues. They don't worship images. There is no images. They just have metals and stuff like that. Mountains of stuff that they do. They mostly give palm oil. In most cases, palm oil is always accepted. Water, omi tutu, always accepted. If you give with your heart, they understand. They understand. They know. They know. Many people walk away from the Santeria, but the Orishas still see them. They still know them. They still know who they are because they're already been celestially connected to them already. So don't let these people come turn up your head and tell you stupidness. Right? There's a reason why this thing's getting demonized. But I'll tell you one thing, the people in Africa has come to realize that their heritage is more important. Their culture is more important. So they can be the most Christian and most Muslim up as ever. But I'll tell you one thing, they will go certain places if they have to, if they need to. And that's why I respect them sometimes. I have to respect them. They are very hardworking people. They will kiss ass. Sometimes they do it too well. But they get their money. They go and do what they have to do. They still dress in their fineries. And there's us in the West moaning. Now we have another division going on, which I'm not going to deal with because I don't want none of them ones come over this side here. So I don't want to deal with them. Okay? But yes, but that's the Orisha side cover. And I'm sure if they want me to talk again, they'll probably mess up everything like they did just a while ago. Like you have to talk about us. It's not about a choice. They will mess up your shit. They messed up my whole Queen of Fua. Queen of Fua was. They don't want me to talk about her. They don't. They want me to talk about them because I'm probably saying things that they want to say. Because some of the Ifa people probably busy doing what they're doing. They're not paying attention to the social media. They're not hearing what's going on. So before I go into another burst of speech, rant, well, I'm not even ranting anyway. I'm just making a point. I'm sure they would agree with me. Yeah. So everybody gets this whole thing twisted. It's not a showpiece. It's not a oh look at me. It's none of that. It's a lot more deeper than that. And I do wish people would do their research and everything else with it. You know, I'm full of wind on my belly. So I'm gonna come off and go and drink my clover and water before this laptop switch off on me. I want to go see Lashon as well. I hope I haven't missed him. and her shakedown. I just had to calm her down a minute ago. So, Miss Wise, I see you at Lashon. Lashon, I see you there. So, with that said, I'm gonna come off. I'm just gonna play my outro, intro, whatever. Outro, intro. What my. She's older than me. My older sister, I call her. My Suriname sister made for me. Okay. Thank you for coming through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night or good day or good morning or whatever time zone you're in. Please put the notifications on. I could be talking about anything. You never know. I might even have one of those days like today. It's one of those days. I guess I'm gonna have to do some libations on this channel sooner or later. New Year's is coming soon. So keep those notifications on. You never know what I'm gonna talk about. I don't know, innit? We'll see what happens, innit? So I gotta cover my videos. You know me. You know me. I gotta talk my last piece. I just gotta cover Ready Player One. That is a must. I gotta do it. 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 I can't wait to do it. So yeah, so I'll see you on the other side. Bye.